I grew up in the business because my dad was a franchisee down in Alabama. And so, from the time I was knee-high, I was generally in the donut shop. Hi, I'm Jack McAleer, and I work with concept development at Krispy Kreme. Concept development is fairly new at Krispy Kreme in the last 2.5 years, basically. And it was a matter of getting to a point as we understood our brand and the importance of the customer experience in our store. From the early days of Old Salem, our very first store, there was a glass window, and you could see in the glass window the donuts being fried. It's just mesmerizing. It's Willy Wonka, And in fact, many times it was kind of the free place to go for entertainment. So from the very beginning, there was theater. And when we reformatted our stores with more of a retail setting, it was about turning the equipment around and showing more of the process. It's just so unique watching your product being made just for you. Part of the whole technology behind what you see behind me and in all of our factory stores was years of working toward perfecting a donut making process, technology, to provide the same exact donut every time so that experience is the same every time. We manufacture our mix and ensure that freshness is part of it, quality ingredients is part of it, but it's really the connection that our customer has with Krispy Kreme that has been the energy behind our growth.
This is like my wedding day or something.
You can't even eat other donuts once you've had a Krispy Kreme.
We think of a brand as a sacred promise to your customers. And brand equity is simply a measure of how well you're delivering on that promise to the customer. Hi, I'm Stan Parker, Senior Vice President of Marketing at Krispy Kreme. I think the most challenging part that we have is that we have a local strategy that involves a lot of people executing the brand strategy at a local level. I need to make sure that we're all on the same page, and that starts with a well-articulated brand strategy document that we're constantly talking to all the people who touch the brand about. And really in there we talk about our objectives, our strategies, what we do and what we don't do.
Getting the donuts out into the community is the best means of advertisement for us. As we continue to grow, there are so many markets that we're in, and being in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, I have no idea what's taking place in Northern California in the local markets or in Wichita, Kansas. Hey, I'm Jennifer Gardner, and I'm the marketing manager for Krispy Kreme. I work with some of the franchise groups. Each franchise group has a marketing manager, and they work closely with their local PR firms, and I manage the marketing manager, kind of the middleman between the franchise group and Krispy Kreme corporate, to make sure that we convey the Krispy Kreme message. It's a consistent message in the local markets, the same message that we're sending from Krispy Kreme corporate. Particularly when we go into a new market, we want to make sure that from the very beginning, be it an invitation to a sneak peek party at the store or a box topper that's gone out to the community that will ultimately drive business back to the store, that those pieces that go out into the community have the look and the feel of Krispy Kreme. It isn't something that's off the wall and isn't consistent with the Krispy Kreme look and feel. The logo isn't distorted in any way. It's using the correct colors. The original glaze donut is the donut that we want them to use. The dozen box is the shape it should be, that they haven't distorted any files or the look or the feel of the ad or the billboard.
Here are the signs for Thanksgiving from the Oklahoma Park store. I've given everybody at the other stores theirs and sent to Wichita and Springfield.
Okay, so Mike's got his, Gabe's got his, and you kind of talked to them and told them to put them up and where to put them up at.
Right.
Perfect. Great. So I kind of let people know when we're open until Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Good.
These are the new fundraising coupons. I've already ordered them for all 5 stores. They've got a sample and then a letter so they know the stock numbers.
Now these are the one that's got the little hologram on them.
Hologram, yep.
Yeah, so people won't be
Yeah.
copying them and trying to do that.
Exactly.
That's good. So those are ordered. You've got this information to the stores.
Right.
They know what's going on with that.
Right.
Gosh, that's still a great program too.
Yes. On November 12th, Greg Armbruster's going to pick up 500 dozen, so I got
Perfect.
the banners for him so he can
Great.
have those. I'll make sure and give those to Derek.
Hey, have you seen too the new banners that are coming on the rolls?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's supposed to be pretty slick too. I've seen that a little bit.
We have tried other products in the past, such as bagels and sandwiches and soups, And not doing those very well, frankly, has played a big part in how we're focused today on donuts and coffee. But we've got to make sure that anything we do the Krispy Kreme way with a product that the consumers want to buy from us.
One of the donuts that didn't fly as well as I would have liked to have seen it was an amaretto Italian donut. It had a wonderful cream filling based on a cappuccino with tiramisu amaretto flavor, very Italian. It was dipped in chocolate and then dipped in toasted almonds, then dusted with cocoa powder. It didn't fit Krispy Kreme, and fit is very important with Krispy Kreme. I didn't have any naysayers in the beginning of the project. I think it was a learning experience. My name is Ron Rupasinski, and I'm the corporate chef for Krispy Kreme Donuts. I deal with concept development and new product development. If you cannot take a product or a project and execute it properly, then you're going to fail right out of the gate. Number one is the perception of the customer on the product. Number two would certainly be cost. Is it cohesive to our price point range? Number three, once again, we talk about fit. Fit is very important with Krispy Kreme. We're 65 years old. There's a heritage that we have to live up to. Right now, we're currently working with American classics. We had the opportunity to run a New York cheesecake donut. We had a s'mores donut. We had a triple chocolate donut, which had a wonderful chocolate pudding in it. And I did a caramel apple donut, which had the components that you would have on a caramel apple, dipped in caramel. And so I look for inspiration from past classics that you normally wouldn't see in a fashion donut. We have changed the industry. We have enlightened a lot of the vendors who supply us product, encouraging them to make improvements on their ingredients, and that's very important to us. I'm going to taste some samples that have come into Krispy Kreme for my review. This is a cappuccino, nice and light and fluffy, so it meets the standard for pumpability. Has a nice, frothy flavor, something that you would see in a cup of cappuccino, a little bit of a dairy note. Really like this one. Because of not having that distraction of coming up with different products that don't fit in within Krispy Kreme, that also gives me a challenge to go outside the box with donuts. And a lot of people would find that very confusing. They say, well, a donut's a donut. Well, a donut is not just a donut. A Krispy Kreme is a Krispy Kreme. We've been creating magic moments for 65 years, and we've just begun. We've just gotten started.
The reason we bought a coffee company and integrated into Krispy Kreme was because we knew that when people were coming to Krispy Kreme, they were having a terrific experience with our donuts. They were having a very average experience with the coffee. So it's all about elevating the brand experience and making sure that everything we do is as good as the original glazed donut.
Well, the coffee before was like a lot of other restaurants and retail operations, sort of an afterthought. I owned a small company in the Chicago suburbs. Krispy Kreme was looking to upgrade their coffee program. It was offered to me to come on board and work for Krispy Kreme. I'm DJ McKee, Senior Vice President of Coffee and Beverages at Krispy Kreme. The main thrust of this new coffee program was to gain a greater retention of beverage business of our existing customers. We've had customers tell us that they love our donuts, but they go somewhere else for a cup of coffee. And that is a core component that we can get. The decision to do coffee internally was not a financial decision. It was a customer-driven decision, and one that seemed to make a lot of sense based on the vertical integration of the company. And that's what's driven the whole quality and freshness component and roasting it ourselves, just like we wouldn't give somebody else the control of making our donut mix. we wouldn't give somebody the control of making our signature blends of coffee. Those principles, however, make money. And so I have specific goals as I grow the coffee and beverage part of the business that we believe that we can compete with anybody who's in the beverage industry and make money on the same type of a scale. The biggest overall decision for any of the marketing of coffee was that our core business is donuts. This is a road sign on the front of our cup that speaks to our heritage of offering coffee as a complement to our donut.
The brand is really, it's living in all of our customers, and it's bringing back all those memories is what the brand is all about. As we were designing the stores, we went back in our archives just to pull out all the fun clip art and things that we could pull from to bring our heritage into our current stores. And there was so much to choose from that we narrowed the groupings to 3 different directions. Signs, lines, and POS designs were the 3 categories. There are so many great signs from our past, and in many of the markets we had very creative signs, not all of them exactly the same, and so we put them all together in this wallpaper. This one here reflects one from the 60s, and it shows, in quotes, cool coffee bar. That's right when we got into the coffee program. Lines have been something from the early days. This one on the top is over in Greensboro, North Carolina, actually. That dates back to the early 50s. We still see this line happening today. And then the POS designs are images like this poster here that showed up in original art, in posters, and clip art for programs and that type of thing. So we basically just went back to our heritage, into the old Krispy Kreme news and our archives, and pulled all these great designs out and brought them to life for today's stores. Good morning.
Good morning. We're smiling.
The one thing I just want to emphasize is in concept development, beyond the way the store looks, we're very concerned about the way the store operates.
Hey, what do you guys think of the seating count? We're starting to get into the 33 range in the small plan.
I think that's appropriate. It almost looks like that vestibule is huge. The vestibule in the front.
Yeah.
Could we? I mean, that might be a way to get a little more seating in there.
Like any large, I think we could squeeze that and get a little bit more in. You're right.
Yeah. We do a lot of studies of customer flow and understand, you know, all the points that the customer is going to interact with and what's important when. And to ensure that we're going to give the best customer service, we're going to get them through the flow in a way that they feel like they've, you know, didn't have to wait, that they had a great experience once at the point of interacting with our employee, that we've done the best job we can of delivering, you know, quality all the way through. And so flow, as we think about adding products to Krispy Kreme, just this last year we added our whole expanded beverage program. There's a lot of thought given to, okay, how do we get our donut customer through and not hold up a customer that might want to get a beverage. So there's a lot of thought given to bringing customers through the experience to ensure that we're going to give the quality to every customer.
While Krispy Kreme is 65 years old, in some markets, we're just starting in other markets, and we only have 245 stores today. So we think we have a tremendous amount of upside. In fact, we think of it as being like a startup. As we look to expand outside of North America into Europe and Asia and South America, we will do that as Krispy Kreme. So it'll be the Krispy Kreme brand. Our plan is to go into these markets with the same business model and the same brand strategy that served us so well here in the United States, and to adapt as we need to fit the local market needs. We continually, every day, look to do things better, finding new ways, such as the store design, improving the product, coffee. So if it has a life cycle, I think it's more than 65 years.